as you know, we are talking about Littlejohn and Windia article, Beyond Language Learning, Some Perspectives on Materials Design. So in this connection, we now going to look at subject knowledge as compared to the general knowledge which we examined critically in our previous module, right? Before we discuss the relationship between materials design and subject knowledge, or English for specific purposes, I would just like you to take a little pause and just reflect on the questions listed here, right? What you prefer for language teaching, whether you prefer general knowledge or GK general knowledge, or content or ESP, I mean English for specific purposes knowledge for English language teaching. Just think, how can we make our learners to work with both the content and the language itself? This is important. Just think and pause the video for a while and just reflect on these questions. Right. If we look at Littlejohn and Windia article, they argue that, subject knowledge has got its own significance for language teaching. I mean, when we talk about subject knowledge, we mean to say English for specific purposes. And if materials are, designed on the basis of ESP materials, they could be more effective, they could be more suitable to the wants, needs, strengths, and weaknesses of the students. And in this connection, we've got specialist content. For example, if we want to teach, let's say if we've got students for business communication, so we could bring in some topics based on business, right? How to write letters to the CEOs, writing, addressing complaints of the customers, right? There could be a range of topics based on business communication, and we could bring in some tasks which are suitable to the professional needs of the students. For example, if we've got students like doctors learning English for their profession, for medicine, we can bring in some professional tasks. However, two tasks like these, I'm inviting you to reflect again, enhance the understanding of the complexities of English as a foreign language. Well, there might be some conventional tasks, and they might not be able to engage the interest level of the students. For example, if we're gonna, include much of the topics based on business tasks, students might be wondering about their interest level, right? So the argument by Littlejohn and Windia that these types of tasks are good enough, however, they don't seem to offer some more opportunities for for additional language learning or non-language or linguistic items, right? So what's the solution then? Well, the solution offered by these researchers is to engage learners in such a way that they are able to work with not only the content but also the language. Just to strike, while making materials, we should think on striking the balance between general knowledge and subject knowledge, so that we could create materials which are meaningful, which could engage the interest level of the students. So these types of tasks will eventually help. That's the argument, and you might differ, you might counter argue, but I'm presenting the argument of the writers, and I do support their argument myself. If you ask me where I stand, right, that the tasks, the materials which include not only the content but also the language, they help improve the communicative abilities of the language learners, and this is how they could help them better understand the complexities of of language learning, I mean, the style, the intonation patterns, and learning English for specific purposes.